mystery. A little bit of the inspiration comes from the color palette that I chose, the purples and yellows. That was like the original jumping off point. And then I kind of developed the concept through first picking the colors. Purple is associated with royalty or spirituality or some sort of higher authority. The highest authority seemed to me to be a huge mystery. The idea of the piece is a somewhat robot, if you will, character, very thin and lanky, like a surreal painting. Doesn't look like it actually could exist, like it would just break if it were actually a three-dimensional being or object. So picking up on the themes of the color, like the spirituality, like Eastern thought, some of the deities have multiple arms. So I tend to use that as kind of a symbol for a character that's not like an ordinary, average thing. So I'm trying to take the idea of mystery and kind of building it up to like a significant or a spiritual level. He kind of is set up to look like a magician. He's got, the magician's hat, the cards up his sleeve. His cape is, magician's cape, but it's actually, the fabric of space and time, with like the stars in the background. And then the rabbit out of the hat is, analogous or a symbol for like the rabbit hole, going down like an extreme journey of thought and, looking internally or, going on an external path. But mystery, the rabbit hole, that connects with that. The idea of the card, the trick up his sleeve, which is the Purple Heart. Existence is hard and there's a lot of suffering, and sometimes it's a war. And the Purple Heart is for the people that do the right thing in hard circumstances. So I thought that was kind of a beautiful symbol to add into it. And, a self-recognition or a change of thought that I had through this process, being that I came from a more liberal, Democrat, left-leaning standpoint. Like, I've gained a lot of respect for the military and what they do. That kind of found its way into the piece. Going to the other symbols, you have a candle head, which is a play off the idea of enlightenment. And instead of having a sun disk or a halo, it's a flame. So it's the idea of old ideas. It's not a light bulb, it's a candle. So there's added wisdom and intelligence associated to me with like candles and candlelight. And so the mystery, or like a little riddle within the painting, is like which of the flames came first, which is kind of like a mental exercise or a meditation, which is that, you have the flame of the mind, you have the flame of the body or the soul, and you have the flame of the hand, which is like the act of doing. So the riddle is like which one came first or which one lit the other unlit ones. I guess the painting is the way to spoil the riddle by giving it to you all at the same time. They all exist, coexist. So one isn't greater than the other. The spiritual thought, the soul, or the acts, they're all in a balancing order. Other than this scene or this character that you're confronted with, you have like the moths, the glowing moths that are, always going towards the flame, which is like another symbol of someone going towards the light, someone seeking wisdom or truth. So that's embedded in there. The moon is a central element in the background of the painting, and so I feel like there's a connection between the moon and mystery and, countless cultures and people throughout all of time staring at this white ball thing in the sky and trying to figure out all of existence through the relationship we have with this body in the sky. So there's a little sense of mystery in that. In terms of the background, like towards the bottom of the piece, you know, he's set in like a desolate place and he's rising really, really tall. And then towards the bottom, you get like a sense of either like mist, or it's picking up subtle shades of the yellow, so there's almost a glow. And so the way that I see it without actually painting it there is that there's more of this mysterious character in not just the self, the singular, but as a community, as a group, or as a species. So that's like, the background is like a whole mysterious glow of mysterious mysteries. In artistic standpoint, some of the pieces are done in a monochromatic way. 2 colors, 3 colors, shades of all blue, shades of all red. And this one is breaking out of that and kind of changing up the flavor or the key of the song, the flavor of the painting, not only by color, but now you're getting, I guess, a higher form or better things. There are a little bit more interesting things that I'm able to accomplish not doing monochromatic. So there's glows in the candles, and so I'm starting to experiment with the line. After looking at a lot of Eastern art and a lot of emphasis on line work, you know, I'm starting to rethink lines and where one element, like the edge of the moon meets the sky, it's a clear defined line. And that's usually typically what I would do with a lot of older work that I did. But now I'm really fascinated with like blending things and trying to achieve an oil-like painting, but through acrylics. I can take that technique and apply it to other situations. So instead of like a candle glowing, I can literally make anything I want glow. And so I'm removing the hard lines, and now that's more of a spectrum that I have to think about, like the gradient, the shades and nuances. That's basically this purple mysterious figure here that has a candle head and is glowing. Good times. Hey guys, just wanted to say thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please be sure to hit the like button. If you'd like to see more content, please subscribe. If you like notifications for when new videos come out, please hit the bell. If you have any other questions, all the information should be in links below in the description. Thank you very much for watching.